Hi friends, the public resonance is caused by cases when people are resurrected. Although doctors have already stated the fact of death, this is exactly what happened with the usual. An American auto mechanic from Ohio, and how is it possible to ask? You will now try to find out. August 4, 2013 in the U.S. state of Ohio, and a 37-year-old auto mechanic named Anthony Yockley just went to bed. His wife Melissa was next to him until I woke up at 4 a.m. the next day. Looking at her husband, she realized that something was wrong as Anthony was breathing strangely. Tried to wake him up, but it was all in vain. He did not regain consciousness. Happiness wife worked as a nurse and knew exactly how to do artificial respiration taking. She began to provide first aid to herself, and the woman woke up her son, who called 911 emergency. Until the arrival of specialists' family. Desperately trying to bring Tony to her senses, but nothing worked out. On arrival, emergency doctors were able to achieve a weak heartbeat with a defibrillator. Was decided the patient needs to urgently be hospitalized, so Anthony got to Dayton Medical Center where his condition could be stabilized. Doctors suggested that it was a blockage of the arteries which led to such an attack in men, and left in the hospital for additional examinations. It seemed terrible behind, and soon they won't let go home, but unfortunately the same day, a few hours later, Anthony became very ill and was transferred to intensive care. The man's life was hanging by a thread. The doctors worked hard and continuously did emergency rescue procedures. They tried everything, but it was not enough. After 45 minutes, Anthony showed no signs of life. He did not breathe, there was no blood pressure and heartbeat. Doctors stated death. The yacht's family was in a state of shock when a doctor came out and said that their Tony had died. 17-year-old son Lawrence couldn't believe what he was told. Entered the room with the pastor, sat next to him and began to talk with his father, looking at the motionless Anthony in a hospital gown and penetrated by a whole bunch of tubes. The boy did not want to lose hope. He told Dad, "You won't die." A cardiologist, Raja Nazir, who resuscitated the patient more than once, watched such a reaction of his relatives. What happened next made him wonder. On the device, a short signal of cardiac activity flashed. A pulse appeared every 2 to 3 minutes. And the doctor did what Raja should have: resumed resuscitation. Slowly but confidently the specialists managed to bring the man back to life. "I got stable, which means Tony will live, but how is it?" Perhaps Professor of Emergency Medicine Michael C.R. in Light of Washington dared to put forward his hypothesis. He suggested that these urgent procedures, which was carried out by the clinic staff, manually led to forcing air in the body of Anthony. Also, cooling contributed to inhibition of brain processes and tissue protection. It kept the brain from death, from damage, because when it is cooled it can go without fresh oxygen for a long time, that is, in fact, during a blood operation. The cycle was cut off from the brain, and subsequent manual techniques of heart massage restored blood flow. The main organ was protected, which gave the man the opportunity to return, but the doctors of the center were not optimistic. Assuming that somehow he doesn't wake up, he will no longer be a full-fledged person, but fortunately the patient quickly recovered after resurrection and a healthy mind came. Having signed up, the man gave interviews to many world channels, and everyone asked him, "What did you see when you were there?" But the answer puzzled them a bit, like that. He said that he only remembers how he went to bed on the evening of August 4, and after waking up in the ward, some time later, the doctors put forward another one suggestion, that the heart of a 37-year-old man could become due to a viral infection. In 20 years of my practice, I have not seen a single patient who would come back to life after we ascertained death. I never even heard of such cases, said the cardiologist Raja Nazir. And for today I have all my friends write in the comments, did you know similar cases? Thanks for watching, and subscribe to the channel, and see you soon.